Good evening, everyone. I am sharing my screen now. Can you all see?
Can see.
Okay. So we'll just do a quick recap of the last class, and then we'll move forward for today's portion. So last class we learned about sum if condition, how to use a sum if using item range and criteria, and then also how to do a discount. Then we learned about calculating volume. So we learned about these two things, right? So we used the inventory management file. We used a formula to use the sum if to calculate the value. So any doubt on this for anyone? How to do a discount, sum if, whatever we learned in the last week. Did you all practice?
Yes, sir. Practice.
Okay, so today portion we will learn about how to do some calculations. Okay, so maybe for calculating the salary. But again, this exercise is similar to using all the formulas, using if condition, which we have done previously. But this is give you more practice. So at least then you are more confident about how to use formula to do whatever calculation you wanted to do. Okay. Okay. So if you all have any other things that you think is useful in your job, later you can also WhatsApp in our group. We can quickly also cover that. If you have certain things that you think in your work, you are using Excel, but you don't know how to do, you can let me know. Then I can try to help you out to learn those things. So today we will learn about how to do a simple calculation for salary. And then we will learn a new formula called Vlookup. So this is the portion for today. Okay. So I have created some table. So basically, if you want to calculate the salary, we have the list of people with the name, their designation. I have their mobile number. So salary usually it consists of many components, right? Maybe in Singapore you may not have medical, house rent, transport, but maybe you have different overtime, or maybe food allowance. So whatever it may be, but just get some understanding. Maybe in our home country we will have this, but Singapore you may have different names, different allowances. But don't, you can just try to understand the concept. The name can be different, the allowance name can be different, but the concept is the same. Okay, so for our example, I have taken that a person salary. Okay, a person is having a salary. So the salary is made up of many components. So the salary is made up of basic, and it has a medical, it has house rent allowance, you have conveyance. Conveyance is transport allowance. Okay, so this is all the salary. Okay, and then you have deductions, which is your provident fund. Provident fund is similar to the CPF. So salary on hand will be salary minus provident fund. So this is the concept. Okay, so this is the example we are going to use. So this exercise is to just give you an idea about how you can use Excel for whatever calculations you want to do. So again, I repeat, salary. So for this example, we have taken salary has components of basic, medical allowance, house rent allowance, conveyance allowance. And then from here, you need to contribute to provident fund. And you will have your net salary on hand. So this is just an example. Okay, so how do we calculate all these things? So basic salary is fixed. So based on the different designations, you have different basic. And you can see here, I have some guidance how we want to calculate. So for medical allowance, I have a guideline. So how it should be calculated. So medical allowance is 15% of the basic salary. So this is common for everybody because I don't have any criteria. But if you see house rent, I have a criteria. If the salary is more than or equal to $8,500, my house rent allowance is only 25%. If the salary is less than or equal to, greater than or equal to $5,000, you get 30% of the basic salary. If it is greater than or equal to $3,000, you get 40%. And for those who get less than 3,000, you will get 50%. So this is just my example. These numbers we can change. It can be different for real life, but it's just for example. Then for conveyance, conveyance is transport allowance. I have kept an example of 10% from the basic salary. And also for provident fund, I am assuming that I will make a deduction of 10% from the total salary that is earned for the month. This is just purely mathematics with some assumptions. Do you have any doubts on this? Because you have to understand this concept before we can apply it in Excel. So are you all clear with this concept in the formula? How the salary portion is calculated?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, Raju?
Sir?
Yeah, you have doubt, is it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Sir,
what is your doubt?
சார் பேசிக் சேலரி இது வந்து நம்ம டிவைட் பண்ணிடல சார். அது எப்படி சார்? எனக்கு டவுட்டா இருக்கு சார். மறுபடியும் சொல்லுங்க.
Okay. Basic salary is a fixed amount, okay, depending on the position. Whatever designation, you have a basic.
ஓ ஓகே சார். ஓகே.
All the allowance is percentage of the basic. So basic is just example. I have taken some value. So basic don't have any formula. Basic is just my assumption value. Is it clear?
Clear சார். Clear சார். Thanks sir.
Okay. 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 So now we will see how to use formula to come out with this table. Okay. I will use a blank sheet for you so we can calculate together. So what is my medical allowance is 15% of the basic. Can anyone tell me how to do this? Now I want to calculate 15% of the basic. So we can do is, as usual, any formula starts with equal to. So now I want medical to be calculated, which is 15% of the basic. So I select this, I put equal to in this formula. I select the basic salary and I put into 15%. It's very simple. Now I just enter. You can see it is already calculating 15% of the basic salary. I repeat again. I put equal to because every formula starts with equal to, as you know. Then you have to calculate based on the basic. So you select the basic salary multiplied by 15% and then press enter. You get the basic medical allowance for the first person. So if you want to do for everybody, just go to the bottom right, you see the cross sign, drag it. Okay, you got the medical allowance. Similarly, for conveyance allowance is the same. I do the conveyance, then I go to house rent because house rent is a bit more tricky. So conveyance is the same. Now can anybody tell? Now I already explained for medical. So I need someone from here to explain.
Sir, basic salary, sir. Basic salary.
Okay.
Multiplied
Sir,
Right.
multi. 50 percentage, sir. 50%.
by
Right,
50%, 10%.
Okay, very good. Okay, so we got it. So we will drag it. So now we calculated the easy part. The more difficult part is the house rent because I have many criteria. So how do we do this? So this one we need to use the if formula. Okay, because you need to check many conditions. You need to use the logic. So how do I do that? Please pay attention. This one is a bit tricky, but if you understand, it's easier. So equal to, you put equal to as usual, use the if formula. So if formula, you all know the how it works. You can see here below, if you have to give what is the condition. Give what is your condition. So the computer will check what is the condition. If it is true, what you should do. If it is not true, what it should do. This is how it is done. So now I'm telling the computer to calculate if basic salary greater than or equal to, because my first criteria here, you see here, my first criteria is basic salary greater than or equal to 8,500. So I'm just telling if basic salary greater than or equal to 8,500. Come on. If this is true, what should be the basic salary? It should be 25%. So basic times 25%. So far, do you understand this step? I repeat again.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So first you use the if condition. Use the first criteria first. If basic salary greater than or equal to 8,500, if this is true, computer has to give me the value of 25% of the basic. So I multiply basic times 25%. But if it is false, what should I do? I need to check the next criteria. So I have to use if again. So if it is false, I use one more if to check one more condition. So what should I check now? So I should check again if the basic is greater than or equal to 5,000. If this is true, I should give basic multiplied by 30%. This is my criteria here. So I give 30%. Again, if this is false, what should I do? I need to check the next criteria. So how do I do that? Again, I have to use another if. So that's why I said this is a bit confusing, but if you understand, it'll be easy. So what should I do? Again, I compare basic greater than or equal to 3,000. If this is true, what should be the value? Basic times 40%. But again, if this is false, I have one more to check. I have one more condition to check, right? So I use this one more time to check. Again, basic. Less than 3,000. Give 50%. So how do I do? So 50% basic times 50%. So now if you see, I have used 4 bracket. I opened 1, 2, 3, and 4. So I have to close the bracket 4 times. This is very, very important. And I press enter. Okay, so now if you see, we can do a verification. Now the basic is more than 8,500. So I need to calculate 25%. We can do it here separately to find equal to basic times 25%. You see, we got the value. So let me repeat the formula again. You can see, follow here on the formula bar. We have 4 criteria. That means we need to do 4 if conditions to verify. Because you have 4 criteria, you need to verify 4 times. Do you understand this step? So this is important. So first use the first if condition. Compare the basic, which is if E3, because basic of the first person is in E3. So if E3 is greater than or equal to 8,500, if this is true, the value should be basic multiplied by 25%. So you put a comma after that. But if this is not true, instead of for the false, I need the computer to check the next criteria. So use another if. So compare again with the next criteria. If the basic greater than 5,000, then the basic should be 30% of basic. And again, if this is false, you have to compare one more time. For basic greater than or equal to 3,000, it should be 40%. And if it is less than 3,000, it should be 50%. So this is how the formula is written. I know this is a bit challenging to understand. How far do you understand this? Do you all understand, or you want me to repeat again?
Sir, one more time, sir.
Okay. Okay. Let me explain a bit in simpler terms. You all remember the if formula, right? We use the if formula here first. Equal to this. So I use the normal if formula. You see here, if after the bracket, first you should give what is the logical condition it should check. And then, but separated by a comma, it should have, if the logic is true, what the computer should give. And if it is false, what the computer should give. So this formula we all remember, right? So I just give a simple example without anything. So if this value greater than 8500, I am not giving any formula. I'm just giving, okay, give me a value of 5,000. If it is false, give me 2,000. You see, I am getting 5,000 because I wrote, if it is greater than 5,000, please tell me that this person should get 5,000. If it is false, he should get 2,000. So this is a simple formula. With the same concept, we are going to do here. I delete it. I explain one more time. So equal to if formula. So first, what is the first logic condition I have here, right? Check the basic is greater than or equal to 8,500. So I'm checking, selecting the basic, which is in E3, greater than or equal to 8,500. So if this is true, what should be my basic? Anyone? If this is true, what should be my basic?
25%, sir. 25.
Okay. So if this is true, it's 25%. So just give me a second. My battery is a bit draining. Just give me a second, please. So if the basic is greater than 8,500, I should have basic of 25%. So I believe this step you all be correct, right? So if the value is true, I should get 25%. But if it is false, what should I do? I should check the next formula, correct? That's the next criteria I've given. If it is not greater than 8,500, I should check the next step. So I use another if formula. So I just use another if formula and same step like before. You just check basic greater than or equal to 5,000. And if this is correct, what should be the basic? What should be the house rent allowance? Basic
30%.
times 30%. Very good. But again, if this is false, what should I do? I have to check one more time because there is more criteria. So I select one more time. If this is greater than or equal to 3,000, then it should be basic times
50%.
40.
Yes, sir. 40.
And one more time, if this is again false, I use one more time if basic less than 3,000, I get basic times 50%. Okay, so all the conditions are done. So now easy way out how to close all the bracket. You see, I have first one open bracket, second bracket, third bracket, four brackets. So you close 4 times. Now press enter. You get it. You just drag it to everybody. You get the value. So you see now simply you can calculate. This person's salary is only $500, which is less than 3,000. So he get 50% basic, which is half of this value, which is $250. So you can see 250. Do you understand the formula now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you practice later. Then if you have doubts, please ask. Okay. So now what is a subtotal? I have explained earlier here. Okay, let me copy this. So salary is basic plus medical plus house rent plus conveyance. So you can do a simple addition. You can do it in 2 ways. Hope you all remember, right? You select each and everything like this. And you can give a enter, you get it. Or you can see you get 26 to 50. Or you can also use the sum function. Use sum all the way here, enter. So 2 ways also you can do the calculation. So once you have got the salary before deduction, you drag it. You add for everybody. Now you need to calculate the provident fund. So what is a provident fund? 10% of the subtotal. So it's simple, like before. To select is from the subtotal, you calculate 10%. See, 10% of 26,050 is 2650. You drag it for everybody. So 875 is 87.5, but you rounded off to 0 digit. That's why. If you want to see accurate, you can actually use the increase or decrease decimal. We learned it in the previous classes. Now you have to find the final salary. So final salary on hand is subtotal minus provident fund. So you can use equal to subtotal minus provident fund. So you drag it. So this is the salary on hand. So for Singapore, if you don't have all these things, you will have basic, maybe you have overtime, maybe you have taken some loan from your company, you want to deduct the house rent or for food they want to deduct, then you can write the formula accordingly. What all the allowance you get, you have to add. Then what all the deductions you have to minus. Then you can get the final salary. Okay. So if you all have any other examples, like maybe your actual, what all the allowance, and you want me to help you to make this table, you can practice first. If you really cannot understand the formula, you can let me know. I will help you out to make this table for you. Then you can calculate and see whether the salary credited by your company is correct or not. Okay, any doubts so far?
No, sir.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
No doubt, then we move to the next formula. Okay, the next formula is called VLOOKUP. So VLOOKUP. So VLOOKUp is from the name itself. Okay, you see VLOOKUP. This is the formula name. So from the name itself, you can understand lookup. Lookup means go and find. So keep that in mind. You want to find something. So that is why VLOOKUP is used. So how do we use VLOOKUP? Is this is the formula. Okay, I will give you an example of how to use VLOOKUP. Now you have all the name, everybody's salary. Maybe like in your company you have hundreds of people, so you cannot be going and finding each and everybody's details. So if you have the whole list and you want to find a particular person data, we can use VLOOKUP. So in this example, what I did, I will give the name. I want the computer to go and find what is his mobile number and what is his net salary. So this is the exercise I want to do. So how to do that, I will explain to you now. So in this case, if you see, I have used the formula for Alan Koo. Okay, so I find, is that Alan Koo? Yes, he's Alan Koo. Mobile number is 83475048. Yes, I use the formula, I can find it. His salary is 11160. Yes, okay. So this is just my previously calculated. Now I will show you how to do this. Okay, so now this template, you see here name. Okay, maybe if I want Farouk. Okay, so I enter the name Farouk here. So name, I want Farouk. So now I want to find the mobile number of Farooq. Yes, of course, here the list is very small. You can go and find here. But if you have a big list, as I said earlier, hundreds and thousands of data, you can use VLOOKUP to find the data. So how to do that? Is equal to VLOOKUP. So once you enter the formula, you will find how the VLOOKUP formula will, what is the definition. You see here, VLOOKUP bracket, lookup value, table array, column index, range lookup. So there is a 4 criteria. If you see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. The show separated by comma. So what is it? I will explain. So VLOOKUP. Then the first step you need to do is what value to look for. In this case, I want to look for any name entered in this cell. So I select this. Then I put a separate by a comma, table array. So now if you see, okay, I go back. You see the formula now is empty. Automatically, you can see the lookup value is dark. That means the computer is prompting you to fill this value. So I want to look for the name in this cell and separated by a comma. Once I did that, you have fulfilled this. So that's why it changed to light color. It goes to the next value, table array. What it means is where you want the computer to go and find. So you have to select that. So I'm telling now I want to select all from here, find from here. So you select all the set of data all the way from the whole table you have to select. Okay. So I have selected. Now I give a comma again. So you see, it has changed to light color and the next thing. So column index number, what it means is in this set of data, the table, which position value you want to return. That means here in this example, I want the mobile number to be find. So in the column, mobile number is in which column? First column is the name, second is designation, third is the mobile number, correct? So third column is the mobile number. So you have to write here 3. You want the value from the third column and you have to write here false because you need an exact match. And you can close the bracket and you can enter. Once you enter, you see the mobile number is here 83858692. You can see here 83858692. So I repeat again. First, you have to put equal to VLOOKUP. Automatically, the formula will appear here. You double click. The open bracket will come. So you have to tell what to find. So you have to select which cell value you want to compare in this table. So I want to compare the name entered in this cell. So then I put a comma. I need to find from this whole table. So I select the whole table. I put a comma. In this whole table, I want the mobile number. So the mobile number is the third column. 1, 2, and 3. So I have to put 3. And then I need the exact match. So I put false. As per what the computer says. Close the bracket, enter. Okay. So now I want his net pay. How do we do that? It's the same formula again. Equal to VLOOKUP. I want to look for Farooq name from this table. So I select the table. Now, can anybody tell which column value I want to return? I want to return the net pay.
Net pay, yes, sir.
So what number I should put?
Number 10.
Number 10. Why number 10? Because first column, second, third, fourth, fifth, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. So we should put number 10. And then I need the exact match. So I click the false. And I close the bracket and I enter. Yes, Karthik, what is your doubt? Hello, Karthik, you have some doubt?
No, sir, no, sir. Sorry, sir. Wrong person. Somebody message I need to see, sir.
Okay, okay.
Thanks.
Okay, so you see, you got the net pay. So now how it is useful, you can see now. Now I want the salary of Ganesh. So you no need to do anything. You just press enter, automatically change because you already written in the formula to look for the name in this cell. So whatever name you type here, it will check and find for you. You see Ganesh, his salary is 1575. His number is this. So it matches. You can try again. Okay, we write Huvinam. Enter. Yes, I can find the his salary also 23625. Yes, I can find. Now, okay, I don't have, I want to write now. Suddenly, I think, okay, I want to find the salary for Bala. Enter. Hey, how come I don't find anything?
Because of the Bala name don't have.
Yes, I don't have Bala here. So the computer checks here, but Bala is not our employee. His data is not here. So I cannot find the value. Okay, so I go and change to Selva now. Okay, I typed wrongly. So now I go and type to Selva. Now I can find Selva's salary. See, I can find his mobile number. Even you want his designation, also we can do. Okay, we do the designation again. Okay, so I want to find the designation of Selva. So how do I do? Equal to VLOOKUP. What I do? I should look for the name here. Where should I go and look? I should look for this table. I separate by a comma. What number? Can you repeat what number?
Number 2.
Yes, because designation is in number 2. And then I need the exact match. So I close the thing. Enter. So Selva, okay, Selva is an engineer. We change it to Ubin. You see, automatically his mobile number changed, his salary change, and his designation change. So it is very useful. We look up to find for information when you have a large set of data. You can also compare two sheets to see whether this information is in the other sheet. Also, you can use. Any doubts on this?
No doubt, sir.
How about Farah, Sajid, Monir,
Clear, sir. Clear.
Monir, Raju?
Okay, sir. Very good, sir. Thanks.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you understand the house rent formula or you want to repeat again?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so please practice all these things. It's very
Yes, sir. I
important.
can-
Okay, so please practice. It is very, very important.
Yes, sir.
And, any doubts, please ask me.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so